Welcome to the Wrestling Goon Radio. I'm your host for tonight. I have here with is Drew Nickens. What's going on?
What's up? Man, good show. Good show tonight.
Yes, we are covering the post SummerSlam pay-per-view show, which was pretty interesting, if I say so. Um, let's get right into it. The first show was the kickoff show. Was Cesaro versus Rob Van Dam, which was plugged in, I guess, at the last minute the other day. Um, it goes to show that Cesaro is still jobbing to a guy like Rob Van Dam. Drew, what do you think about this match?
I don't even want to get into what they're doing with Cesaro. If you're going to try and push him at the end of the year, why is it that you're having him lose right now? Like, he's not even losing to credible opponents. It racks my brain. He's a great wrestler, great worker, but, you know, they're dropping the ball once again on a good talent.
I agree. It gets kind of bad for Cesaro when you've been on the rising, path like he's been on since WrestleMania, and he just started falling down quickly in the past 2 months, and then it just started getting crazy for him because I started noticing all the jobbers later on in the match that was part of the lumberjack match. I was like, ah, man, he stooped this low. This is crazy. To be honest with you, I thought the match was good. Well, not good, it was decent, but it was also like short to me, I thought.
But that's what a pre-show match is. It's short. I mean, that's what I get from it. Is I've never seen a pre-show match more than 12 minutes. So to really get Cesaro's wrestling capabilities, it's got to be more than 5-10 minute match.
Yeah, yeah, true, true. What do you think? How they gonna use Cesaro from here on out?
He's gonna be just like Ziggler. He's gonna be a guy that they put the mid cards against, and then he's gonna lose every time. He's gonna be a jobber. I don't think you can put him in that upper echelon category unless he wins the Royal Rumble. That's the only way I see it. Wins the Royal Rumble or has an incredible Survivor Series run.
Yeah.
If they do that, then I can see him being an upper card. But I think right now he's going to be a lower mid carder because that's the way they're booking him.
Pretty much. I agree with you. I don't see him winning the Royal Rumble. According to the dirt sheet, I guess so far right now, Roman Reigns is going to win the Rumble. I don't know why, but I guess we'll get into that later. It's funny that you mentioned Dolph Ziggler. We are going into the second match of the night, which was the Intercontinental Championship match that had The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Dolph Ziggler wins. Dolph Ziggler wins. Now, saying that Dolph Ziggler won, does this mean he now has like a push to where he could probably main event somewhere in the near future?
I think they threw everyone a bone on this one.
Yeah.
It was a very strong match. I think people underrate the Miz and his working ability. I really enjoy watching the Miz in a ring when he's with someone good. You know, I was kind of shocked that Ziggler won, but I started noticing, the WWE format where the winner he starts off strong, then they let the loser go hard, and then when he hit
Yeah, I think this match was for the fans in a way because the fans been wanting Ziggler to win and get some kind of push or whatever, and it seems like he always has come up short. And I'm happy that he won this. I didn't expect him to win this. I thought Miz was going to win this. It was kind of funny hearing the crowd saying that he couldn't wrestle. Um, I guess he's trying to put himself along the in the same category as other wrestlers turned movie stars or whatever, like Batista, The Rock, and so forth. But overall, the match was good. I would rather for them to have Dolph Ziggler use the super kick as his main finishing move instead of that zigzag. Which the zigzag's not bad, but I like the super kick better. What you think?
But I think the zigzag kind of show off personality, and he's not going to be linked with Shawn Michaels because his character is very Shawn Michaels-esque.
True.
And so the zigzag, you know, it's great because once he does the zigzag and he gets that 1, 2, 3, when that music hits, like perfect. And I love Dolph Ziggler. Like, I know some of our dudes think it's the worst theme song ever, but
Really?
I love Dolph Ziggler's theme music. I think it's great to highlight a win. So that's my opinion on the zigzag.
I think Dolph Ziggler's theme music is good. I think it's probably like a top 10. Uh, I think that it's like one of those things where I can enjoy the theme music if he wins the big title or whatever, which probably is not going to happen anytime soon. But I like his music. I have to agree with you too again on the comparison with Shawn Michaels with the super kick though. But the zigzag, it kind of reminds me of the Code Breaker in a way, in a reversal way, and I hate the Code Breaker. But yeah. But it was a
We'll get
pretty,
into that one later.
yeah, it was a fairly good match in a way. Do you see them feuding in the next few months?
Just in time for bad news to get back. So
Uh,
I think it's going to be back in like 4 months.
I hope so. Um, Next we have Chris Jericho versus Bray Wyatt.
Oh,
Uh,
what about the Divas title match?
oh, that. How could I forget that? Of course I could forget it
Yeah,
because.
that was the highlight of the thing for me.
Oh man. Paige versus AJ Lee for the championship, which AJ Lee tried to put in the Black Widow, which Paige countered and hit her with the DDT for the win. I was pretty shocked. I thought AJ Lee was going to win this match, but it was a type of match. What do you think, Drew?
I loved it. I thought it was an awesome, awesome match. You know, it was two divas getting physical and beating each other up and not caring. I mean, you really don't see divas matches like that anymore. And it really showed Paige. It really helped Paige flourish. And Paige getting the win means we get one more match between these two. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what direction they go in. Is the next pay-per-view, who wins? Are you going to let AJ carry the title, or are you going to let Paige carry the title? Because those are two damn good female wrestlers. And, you know, I like that JBL shouted out Paige's mom, Saraya, who still wrestles. I thought that was a really cool thing. For anybody who's a big indie wrestling fan, when he shouts out Saraya, but it was a fantastic match for me because it was a physical barn buster, barn burner. So,
Yeah, I was pretty, I thought it was pretty funny that I think it was AJ Lee who did her finger in the beginning. I thought that was pretty funny. The match, the feud itself, I wouldn't mind if it goes for another pay-per-view. After that, it's like, okay, let's see what else we got going on. But it was decent. It wasn't, what I expected. It only lasted for like all of 5 minutes, literally. Yeah. Next we have. What's
Oh,
up?
oh, oh, oh. One thing. Eva Marie needs a title shot soon. She,
Oh man,
she
really?
did beat AJ twice.
Hey, well, hey. You know what? I feel like this. If Eva Marie gets a title shot, then Adam Rose should get one too. Because right now he's the only one in the company that has a
Oh, I didn't
legit.
see him. Did you see him today?
No, he did. I was
I saw
surprised.
my boy Heath and I saw my boy Rose. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
The funny thing
He
is,
was
like,
missing in action.
why didn't they have him in the lumberjack match? You know, but he's
Maybe because they gave up on him. They didn't give up on both. They probably gave up on Adam Rose.
he's the
They had
only
the names wrong, in the article.
he's the only one with a legit winning streak though. So it's
That
like,
ain't legit when you haven't faced anyone that frequents main event. That's all these people that are frequenting main event, other than Swagger.
yeah, bro.
Okay,
Yeah, I guess so.
silence. All right, your turn.
So the next match we got here is the flag match: Rusev with Lana versus Jack Swagger with Zeb Coder, which Rusev won this match. I might want to mention that Jack Swagger had a nice entrance coming out. It's kind of, I guess you could say, patriotic for his character or whatever. Uh, I was very impressed with Rusev personally because it showed that he can take some punishment and still look strong as he won. You know, of course they're going to make him win and make him look invincible, but it showed also too that he can take some bumps, he can take some punishment, and he was taking some pretty good punishment in that match. What do you think?
I loved it. I thought with the whole angle of Rusev's ankle being hurt, and when he finally got the camel clutch or whatever the accolade,
Mm-hmm.
walked in and you could just see the pain on his face, like he can sell and he can work a match. I like the way they told the story of it. I would say that was probably one of the better matches that I've seen Swagger in a long time. Since his match with Big E in February, I would put that up there. Is those two know how to work with each other, and it was cool to see Dirty Dutch take a bump tonight. Zeb taking a bump, but I thought it was a fantastic match. I was going to be angry if Rusev lost because I think that Rusev could be a top main eventer, and everyone wants Hulk Hogan to have one more match. Who better to have a match with Hulk Hogan than Alexander Rusev? Because Hulk Hogan's the only real American I know that can beat Rusev, and that would be a real interesting thing to see. I know you're looking at me like, what? But I think it'd be interesting to see what they do with Rusev after Swagger.
I don't want to see Hogan die yet anytime soon, so I have to say I disagree. But it was a pretty decent match overall. I mean, it was a better match for Rusev. I hate to admit, but it's like, what are you gonna do with Rusev now? It's like, how many other patriotic guys are there to face him? I mean, this feud has to end soon, like real soon. You can't take this all the way into SummerSlam. You know.
You know what would be interesting, and this is one thing, when the flag was on the ground and JBL got pissed off about it. What if JBL comes out? Because JBL was talking about how despicable this was. He's a very patriotic guy. He's a Texan. I wouldn't be surprised to see him and Rusev go at it. Or him bring someone in that he knows is very patriotic, like a Mojo Rawley or someone from developmental. Because they canceled the Mojo Rawley versus Rusev feud
Oh yeah.
couple months ago. So that'd be real interesting. So, but very good match. So let's get on to the next one.
Yeah. The next one we got here is what I think was probably a weird, but not good, but not too bad match of the night. I thought, the lumberjack match between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Uh, what do you think about this match?
I was disappointed that Rollins won, but that's just because I'm a big Ambrose fan. But I thought it was really, really interesting because it wasn't your standard lumberjack match where everybody wants to do their job for the face. The faces gather together with the faces, and the heels gather together with the heels. They didn't want to do their job, and they let them go out in the crowd, beat the heck out of each other. And Ambrose didn't care who it was. He hit Kofi, he hit anybody, and it showed Ambrose's real competitive nature, and I really like that because people are undersold on Ambrose. I think in the ring because the style is unorthodox, but I think he is the star, not Luther Reigns, which we can talk about later. But I think Ambrose was the breakout star and has been for the Shield. But Rollins did a solid performance. It was a very solid match, so I really liked it.
Earlier in the week, I criticized Ambrose for picking this type of match because I thought it was a weak thing to pick because I thought it should have been like a legit street ball, but they brought it. It was great. Everyone was involved in a sort of weird, unorthodox way. Um, for the moment there, I thought they was going to take it to the crowd, take it to the parking lot, and just say, forget the lumberjack match. We're going to do our own little match or something. It was just crazy, and I have to say, this match stole the show for me. It was like very, very entertaining. You know, uh, I enjoyed the fact that Ambrose did his did Rollins' finishing move. That was cool. Um, but overall, this match was good in a weird way. I just can't explain it, but it was just great. Um, yeah. So, do you see this feud continuing on to the next pay per view?
Yeah, we're gonna see this on. This is not the last that we see. This is gonna be a three match feud. I think there's going to be a Money in the Bank match where the Money in the Bank is going to be up for grabs, and I think we're going to see Ambrose take it because who wants to see the Authority? Because I don't think the champion now. Because we'll get to that later. I don't think the champion now is going to just lay down, and so I think you're going to see Ambrose come in and cash if we look in the future. So yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah. This has been a great feud, great match. Like I said before, everyone was involved. Your boy Heath Slater. I seen Sandow out there. I seen Golda.
What was Sandow dressed as?
I don't know. I was like, is he trying to be his regular self or something now? Because he was like in like regular street clothes. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Okay. I gotta go. But we got Hammond here, so y'all can break down the rest of the show. But thanks. But Brock Lesnar had a breakout performance, and my MVP is Dolph Ziggler.
All right. We're on to the next match. Before we go, Hammond, you still there? You there?
Yeah, man. We're here.
What did you think about? Hey, what's going on, Mark? Hey, what you think about the Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose match?
I think it was the match of the night, personally. I do. I like how it started out as a lumberjack match, turned into a street fight, going to the crowd. We wound up getting a battle royal aspect there. They turned it into what I thought it could have been was way better than that. So they did a good job for me. As far as the ending, kind of anticlimactic. I kind of knew it was coming. But yeah, all in all, I was good with it.
Cool,
Mark,
cool.
what do you think about this match?
Oh, it definitely. And the aspect Dean fighting the shit out of the Lumberjacks and kicking the Lumberjacks' ass. I'm pretty certain that's the first time I've seen that happen in a match. I mean, I've seen them break down to the Battle Royals like we had in the end, but to see the two competitors actually diving out onto each other and beating the shit, picking the fights with the Lumberjacks, that was pretty badass. I was waiting to see the powerbomb, to be honest with you, off of the railing. That would have been kick-ass, but Dean would have been out for a while.
Yeah, Dean would have been out.
So I understand Bo Dallas coming in and saving it. But I like the ending simply because you still have Dean. He's a crazy motherfucker. He lost. He got his head bashed in with the briefcase. It happens. And Seth still picks up the victory, still rolling with tons of heat because he is probably the second or third heel right now getting the most heat. So I like it.
Okay, cool. So, what do you guys think about how long do you guys think this feud will last?
I mean, I think they're definitely going to have to continue it at least through the rest of the year. Like, I can see it going through Survivor Series, perhaps to the Rumble. I think that by WrestleMania, that Rollins has to cash in at some point. So until Rollins cashes in, this feud isn't over. Ambrose is going to be there waiting. Now, the problem is Ambrose is about to film a movie. With Ambrose filming a movie and him constantly having his shoulder taped, I'm wondering if they're planning on writing him out of the storyline for a while somehow. I don't know. I would hope not, because they need Dean Ambrose on camera. But that would be what I think. I think that it's all going to lead to Rollins eventually cashing in his briefcase. But until then, we're going to be seeing it for a while.
What about you, Mark? What you?
Do you think that this feud is going to continue on throughout the year? Ambrose and Rollins.
I think at least through Survivor Series.
Yeah. It's got a short term.
I would love to see it end in Hell in a Cell.
That would be great.
I like to end at WrestleMania, honestly.
Well, that would be nice, a year-long feud.
But yeah,
But
I think they
as long as they have a match at Hell in a Cell, I'll be happy.
yeah.
What about you, Tanner?
Like I said, I can see this match going on until Survivor Series. It was a great match, like I said before. It was a weird match because, like I said earlier in the week, I thought it was going to be a letdown, but I was proven wrong once again. But a few more months, then they can feud with someone else.
I got you. Yeah, I totally feel you on that.
All right. The next one we got is Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho, a very important match. Bray Wyatt needed this win, I think. What did you think about this match?
I tell you what, man, you were actually a focal point. I know this was going to be one of your two sides of a breaking point here. That Bray Wyatt needed to go over clean and that John Cena didn't need to be champion. So it looks like you're going to keep your WWE Network subscription. I think so. For now, at least. Bray Wyatt dominated Chris Jericho. He really just took control of everything. I, of course, like the spider walk that he did, but I've always never understood why they don't just kick him in the face when he does that. And Jericho is right there in position to kick him in the face like he should have done it. But, yeah, Bray dominated. He just destroyed Jericho. I don't know where they're going to go with it from here. Unfortunately, I don't think it's over. We're going to see more. I want to see Bray do something bigger, something different. I'd like to see Bray attack Dolph Ziggler. I'd like to see Monday night Bray Wyatt attack Dolph Ziggler. I'd like to see Bray Wyatt go after the Intercontinental title and make that title mean something. Or attack Sheamus. You can attack Sheamus. But Bray Wyatt needs to go after some kind of goal. That's what I think needs to happen next for Bray Wyatt. That's my opinion on him. What about you, Tanner? What do you think?
Like you said before, this was one of the matches that was one of the deciding factor of me keeping my subscription. Everything that I wanted to happen happened. Bray Wyatt wins cleanly. It was great. However, I thought Jericho looked a little bit weak I don't know if that was the plan for him to look that way, or he was just sluggish, or you know, out of shape, or all that. I don't know, but I thought it was a good match. Um, I think this should be done with. I think, like
I agree.
he has to go and feud with someone else and get some more wins with a different name.
Mark, your thoughts on Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho?
It was a great match. I like that Bray won cleanly, but I think I have an idea of where Jericho's gonna go. Because tonight he was cutting all the promos about him wanting to be crazy along with the Wyatts and whatnot. We didn't see that tonight. We didn't see crazy Chris Jericho tonight. We saw Chris Jericho take a beating and try to wrestle along with him. Chris Jericho always finds ways to re-innovate himself. I think Chris Jericho's going to come back as a crazy motherfucker. He might be gone for a few weeks, do a couple more tour dates. Bray might have a few little squashes here and there between whatnots. But I say Chris Jericho comes back as a crazy motherfucker and just starts taking it to Bray Wyatt as far as Bray has been bringing it to Chris. And I think that's when you get the big payoff, probably at a Royal Rumble next year or something.
I mean, I hope so, because we keep hearing Chris Jericho say, "You want crazy Wyatt? I'll show you crazy." Show me crazy. Like John Cena later on tonight, not to jump ahead of ourselves, but you told me you were going to turn heel, and if you mean by heel that your ass kicked for 35 minutes, then that's not really what I'm expecting. And the same goes for Jericho. Like, if you're going to be crazy, you mean crazy, but
The Usos did it correctly. They said they were going to go Uso crazy. I saw the motherfuckers go through double stack tables. They went crazy. I think Jericho is going to come back like that. At least I'm hoping.
wow. Alright.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, next, we got Stephanie McMahon versus Brie Bella. Man,
I mean, I think Ray Charles going to clean how this one's going to end a mile away.
yeah,
You don't got to read dirt sheets to know, like, how they were going to write this story. From the moment that Brie Bella was told that she already had her job back before the match, I knew then that there had to be a swerve. Nikki Bella is at ringside and she's been taking this front meeting while Brie Bella's not there. It made perfect sense. You knew Stephanie couldn't have a clean match because she's a heel. It just told the story that it needed to tell. My hope is that this Megan Miller character just goes away. Like, whatever happens with this free storyline doesn't need to affect Daniel Bryan, and that's how I feel about that. That's what I take from that night. What about you, Chief?
I think that this match was like a sleeper, literally, because it just wasn't that entertaining to me. I didn't want Nikki to turn on her sister, but you know, I guess that's what everyone wanted. The storyline between Daniel Bryan and the therapist and all that, it has to continue on, especially whenever he comes back, if he comes back, because we just can't kill it. We just can't like pretend like it never happened. You know, we gotta show that they are having some marital
I don't
problems.
know, man. This is the WWE. They can forget about anything.
But that's the thing. That's what I hate to. I hate to get sidetracked. I hate when they create a storyline, something, and then it seems like it's going down a good path, and then suddenly we're supposed to forget about it, like it never existed. I hate that.
They act like we don't have the WWE Network for $9.99, and we can't go back. We can't go back and clean these things for ourselves.
They should like have like a show on the network called Things That You're Supposed to Forget. Basically, like whatever matches happen, storylines happen, and then just vanish. We're supposed to forget that and never bring it back up. Like for example, Nation of Domination 2.0. I'm happy that it's vanished, but are we supposed to forget about that?
I think so.
But overall, I don't know if Brie and Stephanie are going to continue on with their feud, or if it's going to be next, going to be well. It makes sense if Nikki and Brie compete in the next pay per view or so, but you gotta wait and see. It really wasn't a great match.
I have a feeling we're going to get a mixed tag match soon. We're going to get John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella, and they're going to throw that in.
That would be great, but the thing is, like, why don't they use John Cena or Nikki Bella with John Cena in the storyline? Really?
Yeah, no, well, as a matter of fact, Bart, you had a comment about this earlier tonight about how, what if John Cena enjoying the Authority, correct?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, because you just see all these diva and superstar combinations that they're storylines about. Tyson Kidd and Natalya getting into arguments. Brie and Nikki, their husbands were both fighting for the title. Stephanie and Hunter. You have all of these ways. I mean, you even have Cody's wife trying to find him on the YouTube channel. So they're obviously trying to go along with something about this. What their final endgame is, I don't know. I hope it would lead to probably like Daniel Bryan, Brie Bella, John Cena, Nikki, Steph Hunter triple threat for the title WrestleMania.
Wow.
That would be pretty badass. Whichever couple won, their man would get the title. That would be interesting. Hopefully they have some kind of match or payoff.
It'd be like a better version of a McMahon in every corner. And that was atrocious. That was terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we're all in agreement. Yeah, my final thought of this whole thing is like, yeah, I think that it's going to lead to a Nikki and Brie feud. I think we're done seeing Stephanie in the ring. So, unfortunately not though, because I just want to say her outfit tonight that she stole from China was smoking. That was,
Oh god. And she actually carried some of that match for Brie.
Yeah.
She did a big part of that.
well, I mean, it's not hard to Brie can't wrestle, so.
True.
Oh,
Now,
man.
he's gotten better.
Really, that F-Lock was terrible.
Okay, yes, Lock was terrible. She should stick with her own moves.
Yeah.
I agree. But she's gotten a lot better.
I call it the no-lock. Please don't do that again.
Man, you guys are killing Brie Bella. Y'all basically are saying she can't wrestle.
Struggling her.
Next, we got Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton.
Better than I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't great.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. Martin, you got anything good to say about it? I know you kind of liked it.
The RKO spot where Roman was jumping through the Samoa drop off the top rope.
That was nice.
Those are about the only two nice things that I can say about the match. Besides that, it was boring because we talked through most of it. And
Yeah.
I really didn't care to watch it.
Yeah, that was kind of...
Although I did see most of it.
It kind of brought up our point, yeah, like Mark was saying, we were having side conversations. And that's kind of what this feud does to you. It makes you tune out. Like, you can't focus on what's going on because they're boring. And I've been one of the people that defended Roman Reigns for a while. But the fact is, the guy just doesn't have it as far as charisma goes. He just does it. And it doesn't come off natural. His moveset doesn't come off natural. The spear tonight was a very weak spear. It was a weak finish, I thought. But the match was what it was. I hope that it's done. Like, I hope that... That's the thing. Like, and, you know what, I don't want to get off on a side tangent, but all these guys, they're having jobs of people, they put them in a corner, because you can't just turn around the next month and put all these jobbers and leaders and make them look strong again. Like, it's not possible. So what do? You take them all off camera, and you just start fresh with a small roster. Like, I don't know what you do with a Randy Orton. I don't know what you do with Chris Jericho when he's gone. Like, I don't know what you do with a Cesaro. I don't know what you do with a Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger's another prime example. After losing cleanly twice tonight, Jack Swagger cannot be a threat to Rusev anymore. It's not believable. So, I don't Randy Orton after this feud. I know Roman Reigns has probably got Triple H next on his list. That would be my assumption. Other than that, I'm glad it's over. That's what I took from it. What about you, Nicky?
I think Randy Orton's going to be on standby when it comes to if they need somebody to, feud or whatever. I don't know. But the match was boring. The only thing I enjoyed was I guess Roman Reigns was about to spear him and it turned into a power slam by Randy Orton. Yeah, that was just a pretty unentertaining match and it was just all around boring.
Yeah, and that kind of fitting leading into our main event because as good as excited as I was for John Cena to get his ass beat for 30 minutes, and I was, Brock might have done 4 moves this match, and about 35 of them were German suplexes. Michael Cole said the official count was 16, and Michael Cole is drunk because I counted. Todd walked in 5 minutes before the pay-per-view ended. Literally, Mark tell you 5 minutes. Todd counted 8. On his this out loud, he counted 8. So I know there was way more. Now, in the very beginning, a couple of those were hell agents, like the release German suplexes. There were 3 or 4 times I saw John land on his neck, and I was like, oh god, Brock's gonna kill him. Brock's gonna kill him. And by the way, whoever thought it was a good idea to make the first spot of the match the F5, that's genius. That has the crowd on their feet. They were going bananas. And we were. We all popped out. I was like, great, Brock's gonna end it in 4 seconds. That's awesome. But yeah, I loved it, other than the fact that I thought the Germans were way overdone. At least give me a sidewalk slam, throw me a little, headlock, something in there. Just walk it up a little, give me a little variety. But I got the point, and kudos to John Cena for agreeing to look pathetic, because that's what happened tonight. John Cena looked like a rag doll, like I threw around like a puppy. It was pathetic. John Cena got beat to a pulp so bad that he doesn't even need to be on Raw. Like, he doesn't need to come back and apologize for what happened. You just need to get better. Heal your wounds, stay away, come back as a heel, make us happy. Because Brock Lesnar, and that's the thing, I don't know where they're going with Brock. Who does Brock fight with next? Where do they go? Who's fighting Brock Lesnar for the title?
That's a good question. I don't know. Personally, I think that the match was one of the greatest matches of Brock Lesnar's career. Maybe I'm just saying that because I enjoyed the fact of how John Cena was getting manhandled. Okay? But I have to say that's the greatest match I've ever seen with Brock Lesnar. I don't know how many times he did like German suplex on John Cena, but a few of those times he did land on his neck, and I was like, "Whoa, yeah, this is serious." They might have to ban the German suplex, but I was enjoying it, every bit of it. When he did the first F5, I was like, "Ah, he's about to beat him." I don't care if this main event is the shortest main event in history. He's about to kill him with the F5 and take the title. This is great. Really, I don't know what they're going to do with Brock Lesnar after this. Pretty much don't care. I don't want a rematch, really. But I'm pretty sure they're going to find a way to have a rematch between Brock Lesnar and John Cena. Yeah, Brock Lesnar looked like a wrestling god. And that's a big statement right there.
I would assume that John Cena gets his rematch at Night of Champions. That would make sense to me. But if he is you know what? No, fuck that. He doesn't even deserve a rematch. After getting me that bad, there's no need to say, you know what? It was just a bad day on any given Sunday. Any day that ended in Y, he was getting whooped. That's what happened. He got, oh my god. I've been trying to and every time he got a rally going, you could count to two. And by the time you got two, Brock had kicked him in the stomach and said, "Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Stop your little comeback." It is not happening.
Here's the thing. I feel like that promo that John Cena gave prior to this match, I thought it was like believable. It was one of his best promos. And then coming, seeing this match, it was like, you lied to us. Like, you really lied to us. I thought this was gonna be a great match, and you was basically a ragdoll.
Bray Wyatt told you he was a liar a long time ago. You should have listened.
Hey, I stopped listening to Bray Wyatt when he started losing a lot.
Mark, what do you think of this Brock Lesnar?
That was brutal. I wish he threw more elbows. I actually didn't mind all the suplexes, to be honest, because he just pretty much proved he doesn't have to wrestle to be the champ. He is a beast. That's what he does. He kicks ass. And whether he uses 5 moves or 15 moves, he will beat your ass. I think that the next match is going to be a lot more diverse. I see Cena having more of comebacks that actually amount to something. But so, kudos to a great storytelling of John Cena getting past. I mean, I could probably write a children's book about this and make people cry tonight.
You didn't have to because we already got another. I'm going to be looking all over Google Images because there's another guy that has the most shocked look on his face. Like they cut him. He's a white guy wearing glasses, but his jaw is on the ground. And John Cena has bones like nobody saw this coming. It's like the promos there when Brock cut it in his little prelude. How did you not see this coming? The same thing was when he beat The Undertaker. How could you not believe that Brock Lesnar could own you? How could you not believe? Brock Lesnar could be anybody in that locker room that he wanted to, whenever he wanted to. Because he's Brock Lesnar. It's not, and kudos to the WWE. You know what? For all you marks out there that got a problem with a Mark Jr. being the World Heavyweight Champion, deal with it. Brock Lesnar sells tickets. Brock Lesnar puts asses in the seat. You don't gotta defend the title on Raw anymore because I was going through puberty the last time the title was defended on Raw. It doesn't get defended on Raw. Brock Lesnar will be at the pay-per-view, but he has to be in, because he will get paid top dollar to be there. When he is there, he will be in the main event. When he's in the main event, he will be in the most talked about match. They're not stupid at WWE. They know what they're doing. And I'm cool with it. I think he's great. I'm all for it.
I'll be the first to say when I make a statement about something or whatever, I will admit to say, hey, I was wrong. I was wrong about Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar now makes me want to see him, even if it's at a pay-per-view. I don't care. I want to see Brock Lesnar destroy people now.
This hurt people.
Yes, I want to see that. And the thing that he...
2003. That's what it reminds me of. This is 2003 Brock Lesnar where he just put people in wheelchairs.
And the thing is that got me was that and during the match when he got up like the Undertaker, I was like, oh man, this guy here. Couldn't believe. Can we please mention how annoying the match was a little bit with the kid in the background cheering for Cena? Man, that was the most annoying thing of the night.
You had to know because the Cena fans, they were distraught. They were all shocked. Normally, though, and see, that's the thing. Now, this is the thing where you got to worry about booking things. You normally would appeal to everybody, right? So you would at least give Cena his spot in the mix, where the crowd can at least invest in somewhat in what John Cena's doing. They didn't give the 5-year-olds a chance to breathe in that match. They were holding their breath from the time the bell rung to the time the bell rung again. Like they were, it was pathetic. Like Brock, I haven't seen them all, and really, go back to the record books and try to name me a time that a wrestler got no offense in 30 minutes. For 30 minutes, he just got homered by the other guy. Constantly.
I can't say this somewhere, wherever Chris Benoit is at, he's smiling with all those German suplex.
Now go back and tell me if you were going to name a guy to do that, John Cena's the guy to do that. Tell me that you would think that John Cena would be the guy to sell for 30 minutes.
He did a great job selling.
Absolutely. Kudos, John. You're going to feel that shit in the morning, buddy.
I mean, there was a time where I thought he was going to turn into Super Cena and win with that STF. I was like, oh, man, I got to cancel my subscription now. But, yeah. But overall, that was a great match.
Are you upset that you don't got a cancel it? Like, are you okay now that you're going to be paying $9.99?
I don't know. Because now it's like in a couple of weeks I have to pay an additional 6 months of that $9.99, and I'm not sure if they're still going to bring it. I'm pretty sure in between up until Survivor Series they're going to give us some crappy pay-per-views.
I think tonight is crucial. I think tonight on Raw, now that I say tonight at 12:08 a.m., that tonight on Raw is very crucial to see where their fallout is. I don't think we're going to get Brock Lesnar. We might get a promo from him or something, video package maybe. He might be there. I don't know if he's going to be in the arena. I know he's not going to be in many shows after this, so all you folks thinking you're going to see Brock Lesnar every week on Raw, I'm sorry, you're not. He only gets paid big bucks. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and say that my favorite part of the night was definitely Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. The least favorite part of the night was probably going to be Stephanie and Brie, because it wasn't anticlimactic and I knew it was coming. And my MVP is just going to be Brock Lesnar. Shut up, John. That's what I'm going with. DG, what do you got?
Best part of the night was probably the John Cena being, manhandled. It was a squash match. It was an enjoyable squash match. Least moment of the night was the Stephanie and Brie match. It was boring. I would like to say Roman Reigns and Randy Orton though, but I have to give it to Stephanie and them. MVP of the night, Brock Lesnar, our new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, which I'm proud to say.
That's awesome. Mark, your MVP of the night and your best and worst segment.
So the best, probably definitely Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. I hope that feud continues for a long, long ass time. Maybe even make it a year-long feud without actually promoting it a year in advance. I mean, they can carry a match. Dean Ambrose is going to be the face of SmackDown for a very long time to come until he's willing to take over that spot. But you need him on Raw. He does a wonderful job putting buy rates at SmackDown because people want to see him because he's a lunatic. Let's see, worst of the night.
I
The pre-show actually.
Yeah.
Probably the worst of the night. Cesaro, I do not know what he did. Like, how, unless they're trying to make him a sympathetic face, I see no point of him losing this many freaking times. It's on a pre-show, for Christ's sake. At least let him win on a pre-show. I mean, whatever.
would like to change my vote because as bad as I hated Stephanie and Brie, my worst segment of the night is that I said at the very beginning of the day that if RVD won this match, that I would write, and I agree, to cancel my WWE subscription. And by God, I considered it at the beginning of the night. So WWE, you can thank Brock Lesnar for saving my $9.99 because I'm tired of your screwing Cesaro. After how many European uppercuts did he hit? 7 or 8? RVD got him no offense. And then a five-star out of nowhere. It's ridiculous. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it.
Oh, wow. One of the many rants of the night. Man.
But tomorrow night, man, I guess we're going to be ready for Raw tomorrow. You feeling good about it, DT? Feeling good about cleaning into Raw tomorrow night?
I'm feeling super good about tomorrow night Raw. Yeah, I want to say I'm expecting Brock Lesnar, but I doubt that he'll show up. Paul Heyman will probably fill in his spot and doing his promos or whatever. Um, Hopefully, we'll see John Cena from a hospital bed and a broken neck. Who knows? I don't know. Um, I
Be
really,
a satellite.
huh? Yeah, via satellite,
Yeah.
doing a cheesy promo or whatever, though. But it's probably might be a Raw that no one wants to miss or shouldn't miss.
Hey, Mark, you ready for another more night?
Oh yeah. Tons of new champions to go see where their feuds take them. I think AJ Page still not over yet, which I don't mind. We still haven't seen the fruition of what Paige's character is going to be capable of. She's psycho, and that if anything that she brings back from FCW and NXT, she's going to be psycho. And I'm just waiting for her to actually team up with another psycho. I don't know if they're going to put her with someone, but I can see her actually running the Divas division as like a gang mentality, not really like your normal Divas champion.
That would be tight to have a Divas heel stable. That would be
But
great.
other than that, Paul Heyman promo is probably going to be badass. I hope I don't see John Cena. I hope I don't see him for the next month, to be honest. I hope he doesn't get a rematch in it, Night of Champions, but they wait one more pay-per-view. That way Brock's can be spread out just a little bit more, sell the injury, that the beating that John Cena took. Probably can't even be back for 1 month pay-per-view. Fine, John, we'll give you a second shot in this next time. You're still going to get your ass beat because it's a beast. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose is going to be there. Dolph's incarnation of Intercontinental Champion, nice. So it should be good. Normally the pay-per-views are decent, and the Mondays after are really good. This time they gave us a great pay-per-view, so I'm hoping for even more at Raw.
I got you. Well, we'll be with you tomorrow night for sure. You can follow us as always at Facebook and the Wrestling Goons. We are at Twitter at Goons Radio. Is that it? At Goons Radio.
Yep.
And we are at the Wrestling Goons on YouTube. So for myself, for Drew Nickens, who has left earlier, for Daniel Tanner, for Todd, who left earlier, and for Mark Hicks, we will see you on the flip side.